This is Note-Taking Guide 3.2. We're going to do some matrix addition and scalar multiplication today. And this is for the class Mathematical Decision Making for Life. So we're going to get started on this. So we've been talking about matrix for a little bit. Today we're going to do something called scalar multiplication. What scalar multiplication is we have this number out in front right here. We're going to multiply it through to every part of the matrix. So it's going to be kind of just like distributive property, but it goes through to everything. So because I started with a 2 by 2 matrix, my answer is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix, and I just multiply everything through. So I go 5 times -2, and I get -10. 5 times 6 to get 30. That's a funny 3, sorry. 5 times 8 to get 40, and 5 times -1 to get -5. So that's how scalar multiplication works. You just take the number and you take it through to everything inside the matrix. The matrix will end up being the same size. So again, on this one, we start with a 2 by 2 matrix. My answer is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix, and I just multiply it through. -7 times 0 is 0. -7 times 1/3 is ugly, but it's just -7/3. -7 times 6 is a -42. And then -7 times -4 is a +28 for my solution on that. So in matrix addition, which we're going to change to now, in order to add matrices, they must have the exact same dimensions. So subtraction works the same way. So in order to subtract them, you'd have to see this is a 2 by 2 matrix. And this is a 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows and 2 columns, 2 rows and 2 columns. Because these are the same dimensions, then I can add them together and I get a 2 by 2 matrix for my answer. But here where I have a 2 by 2 matrix and then I have a 1 by 3 matrix, I cannot add them together. My solution would be no solution because they're not the same dimensions. They cannot add together. So looking at this next problem right here, this is a 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows, 2 columns. This is a 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows, 2 columns. Because I have that same size of matrix, I can add them together and my solution will be the same size of the matrices that I started out with. So my answer is going to be a 2 by 2. And then I just add position by position. So upper left hand corner plus upper left hand corner, so 3 plus 1, which is 4. Upper right hand corner plus upper right hand corner, -5 plus 2, which is -3. Then 4 plus -2, which is 2. And 2 plus 1, which is 3. Bad handwriting. Not doing very good with this pen I'm writing with. But that's the way we do it. Same thing happens on subtraction. Again, position by position. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. Because they're the same size, I can subtract them position by position. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll have 1 minus 9, which is a -8. 2 minus 8, which is a -6. 3 minus 7, which is a -4. 4 minus 6, which is a -2. 5 minus 5, which is 0. 6 minus 4, which is 2. 7 minus 3, which is 4. 8 minus 2, which is 6. And 9 minus 1, which is 8. And my new 3 by 3 matrix is that matrix. Okay, so let's keep going. It seems like we're doing pretty good. Alright, so this time they give me 2 matrices. They give me matrix A and they give me matrix B, and they just ask me to do a whole lot of stuff with it. So first of all, these 2 matrices are the same dimensions, so I can do anything that they ask me to do with it. So this first one says to do A minus B. So I'm going to take matrix A, so this one and I'm going to subtract from it this one, so A minus B. So if it's okay with you guys, I'm just going to say it out loud, because with this iPad, it's really hard for me to rewrite in a small area. So we're just going to do A minus B. We're going to get another answer here for us. So we're going to go 5 minus 2, which would be a negative 7. We're going to go 1 minus 4, which would be a negative 3. Negative 3 minus 5. So negative 3 minus 5 would be a negative 8. 6 minus a negative 8 would be 14, because they would add together. 0 minus 10 would be a negative 10. And 2 minus 3 would be negative 1. 2 minus a negative 2 would be 4. 6 minus a negative 3 would be 9. And 1 minus a negative 9 would be 10. So this would be my solution for A minus B. All right. The next one it asked me to do is B plus A. So again, just because I don't have any space here, I'm going to just kind of go as along as we go. So I'm going to go 2 plus negative 5, which would be negative 3. 4 plus 1, which would be 5. 5 plus a negative 3, which would be 2. Negative 8 plus 6, which is negative 2. 10 plus 0, which is 10. 3 plus 2, which is 5. Negative 2 plus 2, which is 0. Negative 3 plus 6, which is 3. And negative 9 plus 1, which is a negative 8. For my solution to B plus A. All right. The next one, this minus 2b right here, that's a negative 2 times the entire B matrix. So I'm going to take a negative 2, and I'm going to times it through this whole matrix right here. So I'm just going to I think I'm going to just come and write my answer over here to the side. So I'm going to go negative 2 times 2 and get negative 4. Negative 2 times 4 and get negative 8. Negative 2 times 5 and get negative 10. I'll go negative 2 times negative 8 and get 16. Negative 2 times 10 and get negative 20. Negative 2 times 3 and get negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 2 and get 4. Negative 2 times negative 3 and get positive 6. And negative 2 times negative 9 and get positive 18. So that's negative 2 times B. It comes down right over there in the spot that it belongs in. All right, this last one, it says to do negative B plus 2A. So this time I'm actually going to have to do some work. I'm first going to go through them and I'm going to find that negative B equation or matrix. So negative B would be timesing everything in the B matrix by negative 1. So I'm just going to do that and rewrite it. So this is going to be my negative B matrix. So it will be a negative 2, a negative 4, a negative 5, a positive 8, a negative 10, a negative 3, positive 2, positive 3, positive 9. That's my negative B matrix. Then I'm going to have to find my 2A matrix. So that means I'm going to have to do 2 times A. And I have to write a full another matrix here. Do you see how I'm running out of space? I don't have any space left. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to do 2 times the entire A matrix. So I'm timesing this entire matrix by 2. So I get negative 10, 2, negative 6, 12, 0, and 4. And then 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 1 is 2. So now I finally have, and I'm going to erase some of my stuff up here so I have a spot to write. Now I finally have the matrix that they want me to add together. So now I just have to add those two new matrices together. I'm going to change colors here so you can see where my answer is going. I'm writing some blue instead. So now I'm just going to add these two together, and that's going to be my answer in my blue. So I'll have a negative 2 and a negative 10 to make a negative 12. Negative 4 and 2 makes a negative 2. Negative 5 and negative 6 makes negative 11. I'll have 8 plus 12, which is 20. Negative 10 plus 0, which is negative 10. And negative 3 plus 4, which is 1. 2 plus 4, which is 6. 3 plus 12, which is 15. And 9 plus 2, which is 11 for my solution. So that last one was a lot of work, but it wasn't hard work, it was just a lot of work. Okay, let's go on to the next stuff. This says add the matrices together, and when I get to this point and I'm like, hallelujah, this is a 2 by 3 and this is a 2 by 1. Those are not the same dimensions, so I cannot do that. My answer on that is just no solution. So I always get excited when that happens because I can totally be like, ooh, no solution, I'm done. Okay, so next problem, here we go. So the other day we were talking about these KKs, the Cardinals King restaurant, and they totally are going on with this kind of a problem here. So it says, let's say we have Monday's lunch data from our restaurant. So here's Monday's lunch data right here. And let's say we have Tuesday's lunch data. So Monday and Tuesday's lunch data. So really what they've done is they've taken that lunch data and they put it into two matrices. So here and there. It says, what if we needed to know the total sales for the 2 days combined? Well, that would be really easy if they were in matrice form because I could really just add the two matrices together, which is what we're going to do. So my answer for the two matrices is going to go here. So I'm going to have 10 plus 17, which is 27. 12 plus 45, which is 57. 11 plus 31, which is 42. 15 plus 25, which is 40. 20 plus 24, which is 44. 25 plus 30, which is 55. 7 plus 30, which is 200 I'm trying to multiply. 7 plus 30, which is 37. I'm sorry, I'm doing math in my head before I'm writing it down. Let's start that again. 7 plus 23, which is 30. 8 plus 25, which is 33. And 6 plus 27, which is also 33. So you can just add those two matrices together. All right, one last part of this problem here. It says, well, let's try it with all the data. So how much was sold on Tuesday? It says, so here, how much more was sold on Tuesday? So Monday's data and Tuesday's data. If we're going to figure out how much more was sold on Tuesday, then we're going to subtract Monday from Tuesday, which means Tuesday data needs to be first. So I'm going to have 17 here, 45, 31, because I'm grabbing Tuesday's data. 25, 24, and 30, and then 23, 25, and 27. Then I'm going to subtract Monday's data from that. So 10, 12, 11, 15, 20, 25, 7, 8, and 6. And I'm just going to subtract those numbers position by position. So 17 minus 10 is 7. 45 minus 12 is 33. 31 minus 11 is 20. 25 minus 15 is 10. 24 minus 20 is 4. 30 minus 25 is 5. 23 minus 7 is 16. 25 minus 8 is 17. And 27 minus 6 is 21. So these are the numbers of how much more of everything was sold on Tuesday compared to Monday. Then it says, using Tuesday's data, we can approximate other sales. Let's determine what the sales were for 30 days. So if I wanted to know the sales for 30 days, I would take 30 and I would multiply it by my Tuesday sales. So 30 times 17 is 510. 30 times 45 is 1350. 30 times 31 is 930. 30 times 25 is 750. 30 times 24 is 720. 30 times 30 is 900. 30 times 23 is 690. 30 times 25 is 750. And 30 times 27 is 810. So if I wanted to estimate the total sales for the month, this would be the number of each items that I sold. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Good luck with your homework.